welcome to Da Nang, Vietnam. This is where we'll be staying for the next 10 days. We're here in Da Nang as somewhat of a honeymoon, Valentines Day, and we're also exploring international schools for Lissa to go to. Here's our view from our room. And you can see, wait for it. There's the beach over there. Okay, so it's not the best day. We didn't come at the best season, but that's not the reason why we really came. But yeah, this is the view from our hotel room. And we'll go out and explore Da Nang next. Here's the beach. It's not, even for a bad day in Da Nang. Oh, I'm being a little bit silly. It's still pretty, it's pretty. I mean, you can't really swim in the water this time of year, but I mean, the views are still spectacular, and you can enjoy delicious pizza, which we cannot really do where we currently live. But pizza's not really on my diet. It makes me mop, which means fat in Vietnamese. So does beer. This is the view from the top of our hotel room, and I just wanted to get like a bird's eye view. And here's the pool at the very top, which is too cold to go into. And there's my wife. Hi, wife. Next up, we went to this local market to grab, I don't know if really dinner, but we kind of grabbed some snacks. I mean, lobster would have been nice, but I wasn't that hungry. I mean, even though the lobster is like a really good deal and pretty delicious, but we just kind of wanted a snack. And so we kind of walked around and looked at the various vendors and went up and down. And I think we just decided on some sort of stick, one of those type things, or even those green little leafy rolls. Those are good. I think they just have like sausage inside. So it's like a little bit of veggies with some sausage. And the next step, we were waiting for the dragon show, so we were hanging out over here, which is next to the bridge, and people were lining up there, and so we just kind of walked around a little bit and just looked at the views while we waited for the dragon show. We were a bit early. Oh, there's boats right there. We went on one of those boat rides later on. You'll see. It was fun, but that'll be later on in the video. But it's pretty to look at them. They're lit up. You can't really tell when you're inside them as much, but from here, they look cool. There is the Dragon Bridge. Oh, and here it goes, fire! Dragon fire. So we're all standing around, everybody's videotaping this dragon bridge with this dragon head spitting out fire. And then the reason why we're not on the bridge is because of that. It spits out water next, and you get wet. You're on the bridge, you're gonna get wet. This is where we will be living soon. We've been going back and forth to Da Nang, and this will be our new home. I mean, this is a super pretty view to me of like where we're going to be living for the next year. Hoi An is a city just south of Da Nang. It's about an hour via scooter, and so that's what we did. We jumped on our scooter, and took the beach way there and arrived around midday to Hoi An. I don't know what my wife was eating here, but she said it was delicious. Here we are yet again at another night market. I've been to a lot of night markets in Vietnam, or since I've been to Vietnam. Also went to a bunch in Thailand. I'm not going to say that if you've been to one night market, you've been to them all. I mean, they do mostly sell the same things. But I will say that Hoi An has the prettiest night market that I've been to so far. Which is a good thing since, as I mentioned before, it's Valentine's Day. And with Alyssa not with us on this trip, it's unofficially our honeymoon as well. And so going to a romantic or pretty night market is nice. Plus, at the Hoi An night market, you can go on Vietnamese version of like a gondola ride. And so I wasn't sure like what to call them. So I asked my wife, I'm like, hey, what are these things? What would you call them in Vietnamese? And she said,
Song.
And then I tried to repeat it. I was like, song. And I'll say it again, song. And the whole family just kept laughing at me, and I apparently can't say it right. Another cool thing about getting on the boat rides is that you can launch your lanterns from the middle of the river. Make a wish, wifey, and say goodbye to your lantern. Bye-bye. As you can tell, my lantern has special powers. Well, I mean, it is a green lantern, nonetheless. Happy Valentine's Day, babe. I love you and our family. we totally didn't think this lady who was singing, like we're listening to her while we're upstairs, we totally didn't think that she was Vietnamese. Like we thought that she was like some white girl or, you know, some expat, but not Vietnamese. And even my wife, she's like, I don't think so. She didn't sound Vietnamese. And so we went downstairs, 100% she's Vietnamese. It's morning time in Hoi An. So what should we do? Well, I mean, obviously we should go on another boat ride. But this time it's going to be like a upside down helmet made out of wicker basket that's oiled. I don't know how to. I don't pretend to know how they make these things. All I know is, like, I've seen other YouTube videos, and I know that these things spin really fast in the water, and you just go round and round and get dizzy, and you may or may not lose your breakfast. I then asked my wife, I'm like, hey, do you want to do this? Do you want to, like, have them spin us around and, go really, really fast in these things? I mean, we only, we're not here very often. Do you want to do it? She's like, oh yes, I want to do it. Totally, I want to do it. So we did it. Afterwards, like, okay, in the beginning, I thought I was gonna puke, and I'm not gonna say that my wife did do that, but she wasn't feeling very well afterwards. I don't think she ever wants to do it again, and honestly, neither do I. It was a one-time thing. I don't think this guy's actually fishing, like, at this point. I think he's just, like, showing the tourists, like, how they cast their net. But, I mean, it is pretty cool. Like, check it out. Here we are again at Da Nang Beach, and as I mentioned before, it's just not safe to swim at this time of year. And if there's anything I know from the Vietnamese people, if they say it's not safe, wait a minute, I'm gonna swim. Me swimming and just kidding. If the Vietnamese people tell you it's not safe to swim, I am not gonna swim. Like, I'm scared. If you have kids, this is at Loterre Market, and it looks like a fun place. I know that our daughter Alyssa would have fun. And look, bowling! You don't see that very often, and I would like to actually go bowling. But yeah, we showed this just so that we could show Alyssa. Okay. Mo, hi, ba, yo! This next segment is dedicated to my good friend Hevie, aka Vicente. Hey man, here's some sexy girls dancing. This is what you'll find here. Come visit us. We'd love to have you. One of the last things we did on this visit to Da Nang was, you guessed it, go on another boat ride. This boat ride was a little larger of a boat. And it was just on the river, and it had some great views. Take a look. Da Nang, we will see you again soon, but it is bye for now.